Hi, I am so glad you are joining me here today. I'm Kim and I am in beautiful Costa Rica on this early morning sunrise. We are going to be doing a yin yoga practice, which means we'll be on the floor the entire time and holding postures for longer periods of time to allow our stretch reflex to relax our body and maybe sink a little more deeply into the posture. Today, our practice is going to be focused on heart openers. So let's get started. We're going to make our way down to the floor. You don't need any equipment today. So let's turn to our side, maybe have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Start to bend the front knee and reach down towards the floor. Drop one knee down and then both hands plant, and then the other knee will come to one hip and come to seated. So if you're sitting in a chair, you can use that as your seat, whatever feels good for you today. And if you'd like your legs cross-legged, you can do that, or legs extended. Let's just get into a comfortable seat. We're gonna bring our hands on our knees and just warm up our bodies a little bit. So we'll start to lean forward, take our body to the right, and then around in a circle. So we're just gonna notice the connection of our hips and our low spine and just warm up that area a little bit. We're all around in one direction. And we'll start to connect the movement with the breath. So as we move forward, we exhale, and as we move back, we inhale, really slowing down the movement and the breath. Exhaling as we move forward, inhaling as we move back. And just a few more times in one direction. I love the sound of the waves in the background, lots of nature here, it's so beautiful. And we'll take it one more time around and then back to center. Let's try it the other way. So we'll start taking it around in one direction. Good, really connecting the movement with the breath. So exhaling as you move forward. Inhaling as you move back, slowing things down, just rocking from hip to hip, allowing your synovial fluid and the joints to start to warm up a little bit, lubricating the joints. And we'll take it around just a few more times. And last time around, bringing ourselves back to center. Holding onto the knees, we'll sit up nice and tall. So use your knees for leverage. Roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Notice your belly. Lift the low belly up towards the ribs and ground down in your seat to lengthen the spine. We'll bring our arms straight out to the side. Thumbs point up, right about shoulder height, and then draw the hands back a little bit. Open up the heart. Notice that length in the front body. Take a deep breath here from fingertips to fingertips. Inhale. Exhale here. One more inhale. And exhale, release the hands all the way down. Relax the shoulders. We'll try this one more time. Arms out to the side, thumbs point up. Drag those hands back just a little bit. Open up the chest, but then bend the elbows if you'd like into cactus arms, palms face forward, and drag the elbows open a little bit more. Notice your low belly. So if your low belly is falling forward, draw it in a little bit to support your back, and take a deep breath into your heart center. Expand the chest, expand the lungs. Exhale to soften. Let's do it again. Inhale here. And exhale, release the hands all the way down. Notice any movement and energy within the body, any tingling or warmth. And then we'll have our fingertips out to the sides. And we're just gonna bring our right hand to our right shoulder. Bend that left elbow and then point the elbow up towards the sky, leaning over. Open up the side body. Take a deep breath here into the ribs, into the lungs. And exhale, release all the way down. Let's try the other side. Bring your left hand to your left shoulder. Lean over to the right, reach the elbow up towards the sky. Take a deep breath into the heart center. The ribs expand. And exhale, release all the way down. We'll start to warm up the cervical spine now. So looking over the left shoulder, just open up the neck a little bit. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And then if you'd like, you can tuck your chin, open up the back of the neck. And just take a few breaths here. Lift the face. Come back to center, and let's take it over to the other side. So face turns towards the right this time. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the chin, relax the back of the neck. And then lift the face up and bring the face back towards center. We're going to take it all the way down onto our bellies for a moment. So we'll lean over to one side, lengthen the legs down below us, and roll onto our bellies. Stack your hands one on top of the other, forehead rests on the hands. Separate the feet nice and wide. Give yourself a lot of space in the low back. And you might even want to roll your heels a little bit wider so that there's no congestion in the low back. Press your pelvis into the mat. And then on an inhale, push into the forearms. Notice the back of the head. Lift the back of the head off the mat. Lengthen through the crown of the head forward and roll the shoulders down the back. So my gaze is at the top of my mat. And I'm feeling like I'm dragging my forearms towards my chest. Roll the shoulders open. Gentle heart opener here. Take a deep breath into this space. Tuck the chin a little bit, lengthen through the back of the neck. Allow your belly to relax towards the earth. And then exhale, release all the way down. Relax the heels, relax the glutes. Pause for a moment. We're going to make our way up onto our forearms this time. So we're up on our forearms, fingertips point forward, elbows point straight back, and the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingertips out nice and wide. We're going to push into the forearms for a moment to lift out. Separate your feet nice and wide. Allow your heels to roll wide a little bit. Create some space in the low back. And then lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel like your elbows are dragging back towards your body. Open up the belly, open up the chest, a little bit of healthy compression in the low back. And if this is ever too much for you, you can always lower down or direct the crown of your head more forward. So we're tucking the chin and lengthening through the back of the neck. We're going to be here for several breaths, opening up the heart. So start to soften your belly towards the earth and even relax into the shoulders a little bit different than traditional yoga. Yin yoga is all about softening and letting go. So staying here, if you want, you can tuck your chin, relax the back of the neck, maybe shake your head out to the side, right and left. And coming back to center, lifting the face, release the head all the way down. Relax. Forehead on the ground or on your hands. And just take a few breaths here. Softening the body, letting go, relaxing the low belly. And we'll take a moment to push through hands and knees. So we're going to plant the hands, push into the shins and the knees, and come all the way up to hands and knees for a moment. Touch the toes, bring your knees out nice and wide. If you'd like a cushion behind your knees as we sit back into child's pose, you can put a blanket or a pillow behind your knees. If you need more space in from your forehead down toward the earth, you can put a pillow underneath that. Walk your hands down and then slowly lower your forehead towards the earth. Elbows can come to the ground, and then if you'd like, sit back towards your heels or keep your hips up high. Whatever feels good for your body today. We're gonna sweep the hands back behind us, palms face up, and just let our chest hang in between the legs. So allow the chest to fall in between the legs. Relax your low belly. And we're going to start to direct our breath into the back body. So noticing, bring your awareness to your low back. And take a deep breath here. Exhale, soften the chest. Relax the belly. Inhale, moving up the spine and the mid-back. Take a deep breath, expand from right to left. Exhale, soften. Do it again. Inhale, upper back this time. In between the shoulder blades, expand. Exhale, soften. Walk the hands underneath your shoulders, come back to hands and knees. And we're going to walk our way down onto our belly again. So walking the hands forward, lowering the body. Forehead on the mat this time. We can sweep the hands all the way back behind us, palms face up, thumbs point towards the body. Separate your feet out nice and wide to the corners of your mat. Press your pelvis into the mat. And then from here, start to energize your fingertips towards your toes. So reaching the fingertips towards the toes, so much so that the hands come off the mat. Ground down with the tops of the feet. Keep your feet on the mat. We're going to energize those hands more. Reach them towards your toes. So much so, maybe the back of the head lifts up off the mat. Gazing at the top of your mat, tuck your chin, lengthen through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath here. Press your pelvis into the mat. Keep the feet on the floor. And then start to reach the fingertips a little bit more. Open up your heart center. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, release all the way down. Maybe one cheek moves towards the mat. So relaxing the shoulders, just let everything go. Heels roll wide, glutes are relaxed. Just take a couple of breaths here, softening the body. And then we'll bring our forehead back to center. Start to press the pelvis into the mat. Reach the fingertips back, palms face up. And reach them, continue so much so that the face lifts up off the mat. Roll the shoulders back. Shoulder blades come towards each other. Belly presses into the mat, tops of feet grounded on the floor. Gazing at the top of your mat, tuck the chin a little bit, lengthen the back of the neck. Grow long in your spine. Take a deep breath into your heart center. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. One more deep breath here. Exhale, relax the body, shoulders, face, turn to the opposite cheek. Allow your heels to roll wide, releasing any tension in the low back. And just take a few more breaths here. Softening the shoulders. And then we'll place our forehead back to center, bring our hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to push back to hands and knees again. And we'll sit back towards child's pose. Again, start to cushion anywhere you need it. So if you need a blanket behind your knees or underneath your forehead or a pillow, please do so. We'll walk the hands back and then bend the elbows, plant the forehead on the earth, sit back towards your heels if that feels comfortable. And this time, elbows slide forward just a little bit, almost like cactus arms. We're going to take the right hand and weave it underneath the left arm, come to the outer edge of our right shoulder. You can turn your face, right cheek on the mat, just a gentle twist. Notice your left hip, see if you can drag it back a little bit. Open up the left side body. And just take a few breaths into your armpit on the left side. Take a deep inhale here, expand the ribs. And exhale. One more breath, inhale here. And exhale. Slowly unwind, plant both forearms and the forehead on the mat. This time we'll take the left arm, weave it underneath the right arm, come to the outer edge of our left cheek and left shoulder. And just take a few breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling, soften the chest. Again, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center, forehead back to center, plant both forearms on the ground. We're going to push back to hands and knees again, walking down to lower down onto our belly, nice and slow. Shift your weight forward, forehead towards the mat. Arms come along your side, palms face up. Separate the feet nice and wide out to the edges of the mat. So let's start to radiate those fingertips back like we did before. Lift the hands off the mat. Reach the fingertips, lift the face up off the mat. And then we're going to flip the palms facing down, thumbs point out. Separate your hands away from your body a little bit into an airplane posture. Ground down with the tops of the feet, the pelvis. Inhale, lift the heart. Maybe the hands draw back a little bit to open up the chest. Take a deep breath into your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, close the hands up, palms face up this time. Relax all the way down, one cheek onto the mat. Relax your shoulders, let your heels roll wide. Soften the entire body. Let's bring the forehead back to center. We're going to try it again. Start to reach the fingertips all the way back. So much so the face lifts off the mat. Good. And then flip the palms down. Thumbs point out to the side. And then separate your hands nice and wide. Keep your feet and pelvis on the mat. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Lift the heart center. Tuck your chin. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath here. Open up the lungs and chest. And then exhale. Flip the palms back up. Relax the opposite cheek onto the mat. Heels roll wide. Everything softens. Just letting go. And then bring the face back to center. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll push back to hands and knees again. And sitting back towards child's pose. One last time, toes to touch, knees are nice and wide. Walk the hands underneath you. Slowly lower the forehead all the way down. Relax the elbows towards your knees for a moment. And then we're going to just reach that left hand straight out to the side, palm faces down. And then plant your right hand on the ground right next to your knee. And just maybe walk the left fingertips away from you a little bit. Walking the left fingertips away. Press the palm into the mat. And if it feels good for your body, just doing a gentle twist away from that arm. So you can take your left cheek on the mat or stay forward with your forehead planted. Continue to support yourself with your right hand on the ground. Just allow your body to sink open a little bit. Relax that shoulder. The belly softens towards the earth. And just take a few. Inhale here. Exhale, relax. Inhale, soften and expand. Exhale, letting go. One more breath. Slide the left hand back underneath the shoulders. Forehead comes back to center. Both hands are planted right next to your knees. And this time, right hand reaches straight out to the right, palm face down. And if you'd like, you can push down with your left hand and turn your right cheek onto the mat. Just relax your shoulder on the right side this time. Maybe walking those fingertips out more to the right. And just take a few breaths, softening the belly. Rolling that shoulder open. And then on your next inhale, plant that right hand. Bring your forehead back to center. We'll walk the hands out in front of us a little bit and push back to hands and knees. We're going to make our way back to seated. So we'll drop one hip down towards the earth. And then if you want, you can sit facing forward. I'm going to sit sideways so you can see me better. Legs extend out in front. Knees are bent. Let's grab onto the knees for a moment. Feet are planted right on the earth. Sit up nice and tall. Pull the chest forward. Roll the shoulders back. Notice how we ground down with the earth. We can lift up, maybe lift your low belly up towards your ribs. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then we're going to reach our hands back behind us. So the fingertips are going to point towards our body. So we'll just plant the hands back behind us. Fingertips point towards the body. Bend the elbows, lean back. Give yourself some space. If you want, you can walk your feet in a little bit more for support. And we're bending the elbows, draw the elbows towards each other, start to open up the chest, and then lengthen the arms. Lift with the heart center. Chin can tuck in towards the chest. We're just opening up, allowing our heart to feel open. The shoulders roll open and shoulder blades come towards each other, gliding down the back. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. One more deep breath. And exhale. Bend the elbows, push your way all the way up. Relax the hands on the legs. Just notice any sensations in your arms, maybe some warmth or tingling. Opening up that heart chakra, that heart center area allows for some flow and openness to our heart, to the world. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. And we're gonna reach back again, plant the hands, fingertips point towards the body. Bend the elbows, feet can come in a little bit if you'd like for support. And we'll bend the elbows, draw the elbows towards each other, and then push into the arms, lift the chest, lift the heart. Take a deep breath into your heart center. And just take a few more breaths here. Bend the elbows, slowly come out. This time we can either extend the legs out in front or keep the legs crossed, whatever feels right for you today. So if legs are extended, you can separate the feet from right to left a little, give yourself some space. Grab onto the backs of the thighs, sit up nice and tall. Take your right hand, cross it across to the left thigh, and then just reach back behind you. Look over that back shoulder. Good, just wringing everything out in this gentle twist. We're gonna be here for several breaths, allowing time to relax our body. One more. Inhale here. Exhale out the mouth with a sigh. Relax. And then stay here. Keep your entire body here. Just look over your front shoulder, opening up the cervical spine a little bit. Shoulders roll away from the ears. And then slowly unwind. So bringing the hands back to center, chest comes back to center. This time we'll take our left hand and grab onto the outer edge of our right thigh, reach back behind us, and look over the back shoulder. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the face, the muscles of the throat. Keep everything the same. Just look over your front shoulder. So open up the neck, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the face. Relax the belly. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly unwind. We're going to bring the bottom of the feet to touch. So we'll allow the knees to fall open, the bottom of the feet to touch, grabbing onto your shins or your thighs, sit up nice and tall. And then we're just going to round forward a little bit. So folding forward, nice long spine. And then whenever you are, you can just relax, looking down at your belly for a moment. And take a few breaths into the back body. Relax the back of the neck. Soften the chest and the jaw. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly making our way back up. We'll bring the knees back to center. And we'll start to make our way into a cross-legged position. I'm going to face forward so I can see your beautiful face. And bringing the hands to heart center. We're going to stay here for just a couple of breaths, bowing the mind to the heart. And just thanking yourself for showing up today, for being present, and for nourishing yourself. Namaste. Let's make our way all the way up to standing. So I'm going to lean over to one side, sweep my legs back behind myself, and then push onto hands and knees. Sweeping one foot forward, and then I'll press into the opposite hand, curl my back toes, bring my hand to my thigh, lift my back knee up, and just scoot that foot all the way closer to my body and push into my thighs to stand. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm Kim in beautiful Costa Rica, and I am so looking forward to seeing you next time. Take care.